When we spoke earlier, you mentioned that over 65% of self storage is owned by mom and pop operators who treat it as a hobby. From your vantage point, what are the top two systematic habits holding these operators back from scaling?
Yeah, so I think there's kind of two types of mom and pop operators. There's the super mom and pop operator, which is the one that the owner sits behind the desk themselves. They end up becoming friends with their tenants. They let late fees slide. They let late payments slide. They accrue tabs, if you will, from their customers. And because they're so busy doing the day-to-day operations, they're in the business. They don't have time to work on the business. And these could be things like scaling, doing competitor analysis to see where your competition rates are or what the competition promotions are, finding new self-storage facilities, finding new equity partners, finding new debt partners. So I always break real estate business down into actually three different companies. There's the marketing side, which is getting the deal flow. So that's a company in and of itself, call centers, data lists, follow up, all that, underwriting, et cetera. Then there's the operations company, which is what most people think a real estate company is, where you're actually doing the day-to-day operations, you're doing the value add, you're doing the ground up construction. And then, very quickly you're going to run out of your own money and your friends and family's money, and then eventually your friends of friends and friends of family's money. And then you got to create a investor funnel. So now you have a private equity company that not only need to find equity dollars, but then you need to service those dollars. So now you have investor relations, you have back-end tax accounting, you have K-1s, you have quarterly reports and financials, everything that someone would expect from someone managing their money. So these three companies, most people focus on the middle one, the operations, without focusing on the marketing side. And even importantly, if you do focus on the marketing side, then you need to get the money to buy the deal flow that you're finding, or else it's a waste of marketing dollars. And that's the capital raising side or the private equity company sides. Once we actually decided to focus 100% on self-storage between 2016 and 2018, we shut down the other 5 companies, and this was our only company. And from the get-go, we decided to build it with these 3 sub-companies in mind. And that's when things really started taking off, because now we're no longer limited by our money or the money of the people that we know.